Hi sweet peas, welcome back to another Tuesday, another week, another video. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that I've been struggling with in an aid to help, not just me, but you lovely sweet peas as well. And that is being turned on all the damn time. And I realise how that sounds, and I don't mean it in the way that you think I mean it, though there are actually people who have that as a condition and it does actually seem pretty tricky to deal with. I don't mean sexually turned on, I mean in your head, just being turned on. I wake up, buzz buzz buzz, I'm on the toilet, buzz buzz buzz, I do my work, buzz buzz buzz, I'm in meetings, buzz buzz, all the damn time. Even when I'm not in a work scenario, when I'm with friends, buzz buzz, feeding the cat, buzz buzz, just so much buzzing. And over the more recent years, I have found ways to be turned off, because nobody wants to be turned on all the time. And I wanted to share some of those with your lovely selves, a few of which, and I guarantee, will make you less stressed by the end of this exact video. Big claim, I know, but I'ma do it. You watch me, take note. But before I do, I have a little message from today's video sponsor, which is actually pretty fitting. So without further ado, a warm welcome to Meditopia. Meditopia is an app that uses science, meditation, and your data to improve your personal wellness. And what is personal wellness, I hear you ask? Well, it's the one thing that is your #1 priority. And if it isn't, it should be. We go to the gym and we eat really well to make sure that our bodies maintain a healthy state, and all too often we forget that our mind needs that too. The gym equivalent, especially in 2020. I mean, come on. Some people go to therapy, some people meditate, and Meditopia can help you with that. You can download the app entirely for free. We love a good free service. But if you're wanting to explore their paid subscription, you can unlock a whole lot more, including guided meditations and the ability to choose your own purpose. And these in turn give you practical uses for when you're exploring meditation. There are a few of them to choose for, like improving your sleep quality or reducing stress and anxiety. Meditopia have even added free meditations in their section called Stay Home to help with lockdown blues, which I think is very sweet. I personally have been using the relationships purpose recently because I've been struggling a little bit with family stuff, and honestly when I saw that meditation was being proposed as an option to try and get over that, I laughed a little bit. But having used Meditopia though, it's helped me become more conscious about the roles that relationships play in my life. So if you'd like to explore whether meditation might work for you, no pressure, but if you do, you can download it for free on Apple and Android. A subscription will give you access to all the meditations, and if you use my link downstairs in the description box, you'll be able to get a 7-day free trial for all the premium goodies. So there you go, that's Meditopia. Alright, now back to the video. So, how do we become less turned on? I don't know why I'm laughing every time I'm saying that. I personally have 3 main tips for doing this. I'm no psychologist, but we're gonna go through them and maybe they'll help you as they have helped me. The first is a basic one, and it sounds a little bit wanky, but it's basically to change your mindset. Hear me out. This generation, this day and age, where everything costs money and everything we do can be monetized, I feel like we've been growing up as a generation that's always been doing things in order to be productive. Like, we don't do things just for fun anymore. And that, to me, at least, is one of the reasons that I think my brain just buzzes and just doesn't stop. I did a video recently where I asked my friends to name and call me out on my biggest flaws, and a common one that kept coming up was that I was always too busy looking at the future that I didn't enjoy the now. Now, it's always good to plan, I know, culprit #1, but sometimes there's a time and a place to just let loose and let go. And I know that I have trouble doing this. I'm a fixer, always have been. I'm always thinking about the next thing and the next step and, oh, what's this business idea? And, oh, can we do that? And I cannot tell you the last time that I sat down to just like read a book for fun or watch a movie for fun. And I know that sounds silly, why else would you watch a movie? Well, I tend to watch movies for like things like inspiration, or have them on in the background and they'll be like, oh, actually, I can't just sit still whilst this movie's on, I've got to do my Duolingo, which is fun, but still learning, you know? Or like, I've got to do my work, so I'll have a movie on, but I'll be like tinkering around on my laptop, take my laptop to go and see friends and people, like, oh, it's just always on, always on. That did silly things to my hair. Or it'll affect the kind of things that we watch. Instead of watching just like a fun fictional movie, I'll be like, oh, let's watch that documentary on wellness so that we can improve ourselves as people. Or, oh, why don't we do this like criminal one so that we can have these chats about dystopian societies and cry about the current political situation. I know, it's terrible, isn't it? But really, we just need to blob. more. We just need to blob more. Not all the time, but just remind yourself sometimes, this is what I mean by the change of mindset, that it is okay to just have fun, to do something that once you have finished doing that thing, literally doesn't accelerate or develop you in any sense. Because I feel like social media and society is just constantly pushing us to say that we always have to do better. But sometimes we don't. So can you do that for me? Pause this video and just have a think right now about something that you can do that doesn't improve your life in any way except for giving you an opportunity to have fun. Mine is going to be to make Lego. I am going to get one of my Lego sets down. I'm gonna build it. It's gonna take a long ass time. I'm gonna have loads of fun. I'm not gonna tweet about it or take a photo of it. And when I'm done, I'm gonna dismantle it so I have nothing to show for it, apart from the fact that I would have blobbed and done something for me that was not what people would call productive. There you go, that's my goal for this weekend. What about yours? Please let me know downstairs if you have one in mind. Commit to it, make yourself accountable by letting me know, and then go do it and have fun. And if you're feeling like you're always on all the time, hopefully that will help you feel a little less turned on. Stop it, Shaaba! My second tip is to physically be aware of the tension in your body. Now, I for one, I'm not very good at all at listening to my body, and I know that I'm not the only one. I wouldn't know if I was having anxiety like a few years ago unless I was having like a panic attack. Even to this day, I don't really know that I'm stressed out until my body does like things physically that shows me that I'm stressed out, and I'm like, oh, huh, yeah, I seem to be kind of stressed. And the one thing that all bodies do when we get stressed out is that we tighten up and we hunch. It's true, maybe not to this extreme, but we do it, and I bet you are doing it right this second, just like I am. So I have a little exercise for you. This is what I meant when I said that you'll feel less stressed by the end of this video, if you're willing to do it with me, right? Follow me step by step. First thing that I need you to do is just sit up and ensure that your back is straight. Push your shoulders back and your back up, like your spine. You can feel it up, not like this, up. Oh, feels better already. Whew. I'm hoping that this video is gonna get like at least 1,000 views, and I'm just imagining 1,000 people feeling significantly less stressed, and that makes me so happy. All right, once you've ensured that your back is up, what I'd love for you to do is just drop your shoulders. We always hold tension in our shoulders and we like scrunch them up. Just physically drop them. Feel them go and feel them be really loose. It doesn't matter if your back ends up going a little bit as a result, but just do that with your shoulders. And once you've done that, you're gonna look a bit stupid with the next one, but at the same time, relax your jaw, because this is where a lot of tension is held, right here. Just, I know that looks so silly, but seriously, just drop the shoulders and relax your jaw. Just feel the tension in your jaw and let it go. Ah, that should be the end of the video. Final step for physically releasing the stress, even if it's just for a tiny moment in time. Drop the shoulders, drop the jaw. Just release the tension from the forehead and the eyebrows. Just don't hold your eyebrows up or tense like this. My face is very expressive. My eyebrows tend to do this a lot. Drop your whole face. I won't be surprised if my face looks like it's melting right now, but it's good. Doesn't it feel so good? Let me know if that worked for you. It worked for me. And then the next time you remember this feeling, because trust me, you'll remember this feeling, even if it's just for like 1 second, the whole process takes about 10 seconds to do, right? So just do it. If you're working, whatever, just drop your shoulders, drop your jaw, drop your eyebrows, straighten your back a little bit. Just be like that and be conscious of it for like 10 seconds and you'll feel significantly less stressed and significantly less turned on. Hey! So that was my tip number 2. Physically relax. That short-term gain. The long-term is to change the mindset. And also things like yoga are supposed to be really good for that too. Yoga doesn't really do it for me. I do enjoy yoga, but it doesn't release tension or make me less relaxed. Perhaps I'm doing it wrong, but I like it as a physical activity that is exercise. But when it comes to meditation, I genuinely have been using meditation apps for a while and they do genuinely help. So yeah, if this whole works for you, consider trying to meditate for a little while. Or yoga. Goat yoga sounds fun, right? Again, stressful, no calming, but fun. Oh, could you imagine puppy yoga? Or kitten yoga? Oh, that must be a thing somewhere. The third tip that I have for you, the final big tip I'm going to share with you in this video, is to find that thing that shuts you out from the rest of the world. I can be hanging with my friends, or playing with my cat, or playing homescapes, or doing my work, or watching TV, and as soon as I do all of these things, my head is still buzz, buzz, buzz. Like, it doesn't turn off as I'm swiping and collecting pumpkins or watching Schitt's Creek. It's a great show. My head will be like, oh, you got that deadline, Shaaba. Oh, you got to do that, Shaaba. Oh, maybe send that email. Oh, you haven't spoken to this person in a while. You should call them. You're being a bad friend. I'm with friends and I'll be talking to them and they'll be telling me about how great this thing was, and I'd just be like, oh, in my brain, things coming up. Oh, that means birthdays. Oh, that means buying a gift. Oh, that means we're getting older. Oh, cue existential crisis. Yep, birthdays do that. It's a lot all the time. And it's annoying, but for me, I have found 3 activities that whenever I do them, completely drowns out the rest of the world. I don't know how it works, but it's like there's like an insulator or a limiter, you know, like a Wi-Fi blocker that stops all of that. Looks terrible. I did something and that looked really terrible, but that stops those thoughts from entering my head. For me, those 3 activities are music, playing music. If I'm playing guitar, playing piano, singing, songwriting, just doing something musical, I don't know why, but my mind decides to entirely focus on that one thing and shut everything else out. Goodbye. The second thing is exercise, and it's not all exercise, it's very specific types. Dancing is one of them, and being on my bike and weightlifting are other forms. I don't know why, again, but in those environments where I'm doing those specific things, my brain doesn't have time to think about anything else. Maybe it's because I'm so out of breath as I do them that I physically don't have the capacity. I'm not sure, but there you go. And the third thing that helps me do this is baking. I love to bake. And I love to bake because I just think about the thing I'm baking. I don't know why, but it does shut off the rest of the stuff for me, and that's what makes it so therapeutic. Not cooking. I can make a lasagna and I'll still be thinking about buzz, buzz, buzz. But if you ask me to make you a trifle, I don't know what the difference is, but my brain doesn't buzz anymore. So I encourage you to find your non-buzz activities, whether that be baking or knitting or crocheting, reading a book, whatever it might be, plate spinning. Find the thing that works for you and don't be afraid to do it. More actively than that, actually schedule time to get that done so that you can switch yourself off sometimes, because it feels good. So those are my big tips. I do have a few tiny ones too before I let you go. Tip number 4, do not be afraid to say no. The way to stop a busy head is to stop busyness. And I am the biggest sucker for saying yes to everything and not being good at saying no. So, you know, take my advice. I'm clearly not using it. Welcome, you're welcome. Tip number 5, to not be turned on, is to turn yourself on. And yes, this time I mean the sexy way. It is truly remarkable what a little bit of sensual activity and self-love can do to relieve tension, relieve headaches, and just put you in a better mood. There is science behind it, lads. I promise you, I'm not making this up. Tip number 6, if you're feeling like you just can't stop whatever is happening up here, you just need to turn it off and you don't know how, just get it out. Just get it out. I know you can't physically. Wouldn't that be wonderful if you could just like stick a little funnel or a hose or something that goes oh, like a pensieve. You know how Dumbledore has? Just go like a bogey. Flick it away. Well, we can't do that, but what we can do is echo it and mirror it and put it somewhere else, and that can help. Whether that be verbally, by speaking to someone, obviously someone that you trust, be it your best friend, your lover. In my case, Jamie is both. Sometimes I'll just be like, babe, look, I just need to chat with you about everything, and just go and just tell him everything that is on my mind in a big, non-coherent ramble. Sometimes I'll try and tell my cat. He's not as useful, but you know, still kind of helps a little bit. Or you could write it down if you want to put it in a journal or a to-do list or just a diary. However you feel it needs to come out, just take whatever is in here and just stick it somewhere. Doesn't make it go away, but it makes it easier to manage. And my final point for you, tip number 7, is to be selfish. Do not be afraid to be selfish. That looks really menacing. Don't be afraid to be so. You look after yourself now, you hear me? But seriously, I mean it. You need to look after yourself. You need to care for yourself. If you're a mother, if you have other responsibilities, just remember to allocate you time, because if you're not looking after yourself, you can't look after anyone else anyway. And even if you don't have those responsibilities, still, you need to look after yourself. You may think that you're not doing much in lockdown, but if you're not actively focusing on personal wellness, you're not gonna be personally well. You are number one, your mind is number one, and you deserve to protect you and prioritize you no matter what. So please make sure you're doing that. And all of these things together can help you sometimes just be turned off for a little while. It doesn't work permanently, it's an ongoing thing, but yeah, it's just something that I've been struggling with recently, and I know a lot of people are, so I wanted to share it with you. Look, my jaw's already feeling really tense. So there you go. I hope this has helped a little, my loves. I'm clearly not an expert. These are just tips that have helped me that I hope can also help you, because I think we can all work on being a little less turned on from time to time. Thank you very much for joining me in another video. If you enjoy it, please do feel free to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Let me know that thing that you're gonna do for yourself, okay? Make sure you spend some time doing some me time today. And I will catch you next week on Tuesday with another video. Be kind, everybody, and have a great day. Bye.